Oh hey, you're right on time. We were just about to watch the Attack on Titan final season, chapter 4. Take a seat, let's have some fun. If I am not mistaken, the last time we left off on Attack on Titan, Eren started the rumbling. Pretty much the world is gonna be doomed if it continues to happen and it's uninterrupted. So that team of our main characters, I think it's like 7 people from all over the world, decided to pretty much save the world, to somehow stop the rumbling. They were on a plane, I think that's where the last episode left off. And they were going to, not a plane, like an aerial craft or whatever. And they were going to some location. I don't remember, it's been a long time, but I'll remember as the episode goes on, definitely. Really long dream. So that's kind of like a callback from episode 1. Like the very first season, 7 or 8 years ago. The very first episode. He said he was as if he was waking up from a dream. And hilariously, we found out that the entire plot, the entire antagonist of this show has been Eren all along. He was using his Titan powers to control everything. He even manipulated his younger self to becoming his older self, which is very strange, doesn't really make sense as far as time is concerned. But I feel like any show or movie that uses time is just bound to confuse everybody. Also, I want to point out, I don't read the manga. I only watch the anime. I have avoided spoilers for a very long time, and I will still avoid spoilers, so don't spoil me in those comments, please. I beg of you. That would not be very cash money of you if you did. Was he crying in the first episode too? I feel like he was. It's crazy how that all ties all together. After 8 years, everything just ties together. Yeah, this is current time. The way it was pictured kind of makes it seem like it was some kind of flashback or some kind of story told from years ago. But no, it's current time, and they're probably running because there's, let's just say, billions of big-ass Titans coming to stomp the world out. If you want to live, this is a bad time. If you have a foot fetish, probably the best day of your life. There it is. Remember that shot from Matrix where the agents were just overwhelming? They were all in line, kind of like that. Imagine that, but 10,000 times scarier. That's the rumbling. Let's just say it for what it is. At the end of the day, this present Eren definitely had a choice in whether he wanted to go along with the rumbling or not. All right. Obviously, his future self was convincing him and trying to do all these things, but ultimately, there's really nothing preventing Eren from just killing himself. Even as a Titan shifter, he should be able to kill himself in a way that he won't have to go through with this. He won't have to be persuaded by his future self. So this decision, as much as the people try to justify it as a good choice or he didn't have a choice, he definitely had a choice. He chose or attempt to murder millions of people just for the safety of his land and his people. Okay, that is a choice. It's pretty much deciding between you or them. That's the mentality there. And he chose them, but he chose them on a global scale. So I don't want to hear that Eren didn't have a choice or this is, they deserved it, okay? Because most of these people, majority of them were innocent. And let's not ever forget that. All right.
俺も同じだったよライナー。 半端なクソ野郎だ。ごめん。ごめん。ごめん。なんで泣いてるの？
I'm actually, this is a genuine question. Was there anything that I'm missing or I'm forgetting or I'm not really paying attention to from the past seasons that implicated that Eren really had no choice outside of his own morals? Because it looks like he had a choice. He could have just not did this shit. He could have just decided not to massacre the world, right? It was his choice ultimately to protect his people over the rest of the world. The people in the walls, the children of Ymir over the rest of the world. Correct? Is that correct, or am I missing something? Aren't they walking at they're walking at like an incredible speed. They're not like slow. I forgot what speed they said, but pretty much you wouldn't be able to outrun them forever. Oh yeah, baby. Their feet look a little weird. I wonder why. Doesn't look like human feet like the rest of the Titans. Okay. So he admits that it was a choice. Strangely enough, if you had the skills, you could probably... if Sonic the Hedgehog or something, I know it's very strange, but if Sonic was in this universe, he'd probably just like kind of go under them, you know? Very dangerous, but if he had the skills to do that, I could see that happening, but there's like millions of them, right? So you'd have to do this for like days, probably even weeks without sleep, so yeah, you'd probably die. Then again, now that I'm looking at it, there's like literally no piece of ground that's untouched by their feet. Really, motherfuckers staying around trying to loot? Why are you looting? And that's reality too. Like, if the world was coming to an end, you would still see motherfuckers out there stealing pointless things like TVs and fucking watches. Like, what are you doing? What are you honestly doing? It's so stupid. Oh yeah, let's not forget that these things are like molten hot. So the ground, yeah, is gonna be scorching too. Just being around them might boil your skin off. They actually mentioned how hot they are internally, but I guess like imagine the human body's heat, 97, for most people it's around 97, and then multiply that by the size of these beasts, and that's pretty much what you're dealing with. So yeah, we saw that it melted Armin's skin. The Colossal Titan is actually hotter than most Titans, so it melted Armin's skin clean off of his body in that one episode. Yeah, like what did he think he was doing? Their feet are weird. They're like circular. It's very, ugh. Why? Strange. Is it to maximize the devastation from their eventual rumbling? It's kind of crazy.
Ani?
Oh, yeah, okay. They were on a boat, not a plane, because I think Floch somehow ruined the plane, or like that idea. They originally wanted to do that, but they failed, if I'm remembering that correctly. The composition of that whole rumbling scene where everybody's running and just realizing all types of reactions to it with the music and Eren apparently feeling sorry and all that stuff. That whole scene was done so great. The Titans obviously were all 3D. Everything else was pretty much 2D drawn and everything.
あんたとヒッチの話だけが楽しみだった。兄、でもなんで相づちの一つも返さない。岩なんかの相手して喋ってたの。本当にわからないの？ヒッチがあんなにからかってたのに。わからない。いつ目を覚ますかわからない。化け物の相手をすることも争いを避けるため。
Yeah, kind of interested to see how that's going to work out with him, because him and Mikasa haven't given up on Eren, just like Annie just said. They want to talk to him one last time, figure out what's going on. He's out pretty much massacring the world. I think at that point, you're kind of beyond talking. You kind of just want to stop this motherfucker. I always thought it was kind of strange that Armin would have any kind of crush on Annie. First of all, she's a murderer too. All of them are. And even Armin is. So I guess if you got two twisted ass people and you're in war times, anything could happen. I mean, look at her. They're pretty much like the same person, but just gender swapped. Isn't that crazy? Same hair, same eyes. And they're both shifters now too.
大勢の人を殺した。軍人じゃない人も。
Yes, you did.
子供も。未知の世界はそんなにいいものじゃなかったでしょ。うん。僕らが夢見た世界とは違ったよ。まだ僕らが知らない壁の向こう側があるはずだと信じたいんだ。では頼みます。アズマ人の皆さん。何としてでも飛行艇を空に上げ。
Does anyone else feel like the Azumabito, or however you pronounce it, clan kind of came out of nowhere? They were introduced last season as royals that Mikasa, pretty much the entire Ackerman clan worked with at some point. I just felt like that whole storyline was so weird and random. I couldn't really follow it. It was kind of boring. Do you feel the same way? I really felt like, and then like she revealed that she had some Mikasa revealed she had some tattoo on her. I don't even know where it was or what it looked like. That pretty much signified her relation to the Ackermans. It was just really hard to follow. Yeah, I don't remember most of it, so if you feel the same way, let me know I'm not alone on this. Just leave a comment.
待って。何かに使えるかもしれない。飛行艇に積んでおこう。これからどうしたら俺たちだけで。ごめん。わからないの。まだ新型の立体起動装置に慣れてないでしょ。ライナーとそのあたりを飛んで慣らしてきて。悪いけど乗らない。人類を救うとか私にはよくわからない。私たちマーレのエルディア人はその人類から迫害を受けてきた。生まれた時からずっと。
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so first of all, it was a flying boat. I don't remember that, but okay. So I was kind of right both times. And also, yeah, Annie has a point here. It's very hard to convince a persecuted person to turn around and try to save the people that persecuted him or her. No, fuck these people, But also, she was never obligated to save anyone. She came to Paradis to pretty much wipe them out, spy on them and then wipe them out. She's been a shifter all this time. Basically, she had that one mission. She was committed with with Reiner and Bertold. She really doesn't have a place right now. And they're trying to convince her to work with them to save the rest of the world from this big ass threat, which might not even work. Honestly, I'd probably be just like, I'm not doing this shit. What are you talking about? To save these assholes? It's a lot of work, and I might die, too. That's a big point. I might die.
最後の時間くらい穏やかでいたいつの間に人類を救うためにエレンを殺しに行くの殺さない遠くに行ったエレンを連れ戻す私はただそれだけ
I don't think that's gonna work. You can't just Naruto your way into somebody's heart like that. At least not immediately. Naruto worked for years to do it. You know, Sasuke's not just like massacring the world, or he wasn't before. I think Eren is long gone. I do not think, however, he has evil intentions. I think he's doing this because he feels like it's the only way. He just wants to protect his... Ultimately, he's just doing this to protect his small circle of friends, which is, very selfish, and it is evil in a way. Bring him back. He's too far gone for that. He's not gonna just stop what he's doing. You're gonna have to stop him forcefully. That's dead set. There's no way around that. Levi.
1ヶ月の猶予を与えて連合軍を集結させた後、ジークと接触して始祖の巨人を手中に収める地ならしを限定的に発動。
So I guess this is the past.
世界
I hate when shows kind of like do that. They just seamlessly transition between time periods. It's very confusing. The raid on Vera. We give them a month's time to rally the global alliance. Gain control of the founding titan by making contact with Zeke. Activate a limited rumbling. Yeah, so his original plan was to activate a limited rumbling. That didn't go as planned, so instead of just, killing the invaders, he decided to kill the world. Just kill them all. Yeah. Airship research base here is of some concern.
エレンの第二攻撃目標カリハ軍港の次に向かうでしょう。エレンに何の解決策も希望や未来を示せなかった。私の無力さ。
That's why he pretty much was adamant on asking her back in the cells when she came in and was like, I guess she judged him in something, and he got mad and attacked her and pretty much asked her, if you have a better solution or something like that, you're the brains around here, then show me.
飛行艇が飛び立つまで出さないでください。あなたは死んだ仲間に報いなければなりません。戦士の務めを果たします。
That is ominous because a warrior's role is pretty much an enemy to parody. That might be a plot device just waiting to blow up. Come on, Levi.
2本の指がありゃ十分だ。問題ねえ。ガビとファルコを頼んだ。
了解した。
兄気をつけてな。またね。
Doesn't that feel weird? Imagine saying bye to the same person that killed your comrades years ago. It just feels weird. It feels unearned. I feel like Annie should have been an internal enemy to them. Not that they should be seeking revenge or anything like that. We're far past that. But it's something about that. There are people that are dead that that all of them considered friends at one point. Dead because of Annie. A lot of people, especially Levi, okay? Let's not forget she massacred Levi's entire squad, I think twice. So, I don't know, something about this scene is just very weird. And yes, okay, we're far past that, and maybe Annie wasn't taking any of that personally. I don't know. I would still feel some type of way about, this fucking bitch. I didn't forget, bitch. In fact, let me just slug you one time, or let me slug you one time for every one of my people that you killed, alright? Let's not forget that. Same thing for Reiner. I mean, you don't see them acting all coy with Reiner. They made sure Reiner knows, look, bitch, I hate you, alright? Let's not forget that. In fact, Jean even punched him well, more he did more than punch him at that. Why didn't Annie get the same treatment? It's not like she was forced. She did this willingly too. They're on the same side, so I don't know. I feel like that's weird. Annie gets a pass, but Reiner gets the shit beat out of him.
ハンジさん、あなたの言う通り、マガと元帥は私たちに最後の指令を残したんでしょう。力を合わせてなすべきことをなせ。
ぜひ今度車力の巨人の背中に乗ってその体温を感じながら。
嫌です。何ですか急に気持ち悪い。
Good old Hange.
相変わらずねえ、リヴァイ。みんな見てるかな。やつみたいなこと言ってんじゃねえよ。
Him. Oh. God damn. Kind of brought a tear to my eye. How could we ever forget Erwin? Oh, what the fuck? Floch?
Floch. 燃料タンクに穴が。これじゃ飛行できません。まだだ。穴を塞げばなんとかなる。
Alright, Floch. This motherfucker is loyal as hell. Floch. Floch? Floch. Floch. Of all people. Just when the rumbling gets here. God damn.
地の嵐が来た。はい。フロック。死んだ。
Why is Gene, come on, why are you being so sentimental over Floch? Technically, he is the only one that wasn't a traitor among the people that are alive, and Eren, of course, but damn, at the last second, this guy comes back and just shoots the engines out of the tanks. Shoots holes into the engines. That's hilarious.
何か手はないの。もうこれしかない。僕が残って足止めを。
お前はダメだ。巨人の力はもう一切消耗させるわけにはいかない。みんなをここまで率いてきたのは私だ。
Hange.
大勢の仲間を殺してまで進んできた。アルミン・アルレルト。
Can these Titans even be killed? We don't even know. They're Titans, obviously, so they might have weaknesses in the back of their necks, but they might be special. We haven't seen one of these colossal Titans be killed yet. I hereby designate you the 15th commander of the Scout Regiment. That's too much pressure. No way can he do all that. At least not right now. Is Hange gonna die? Seriously?
というわけだ。じゃあね、みんな。わかるだろう、リヴァイ。ようやく来たって感じだ。私の番が。今、最高にカッコつけたい気分なんだよ。心臓を捧げよ。君が言ってんの初めて聞いたよ。やっぱり巨人って素晴らしいな。
Yeah, they need the bombs. It seems like you can't just cut them, and they're hot, so you can't. That was the problem with cutting down the Colossal Titan, is that they emitted just too much steam to really get in and give a decisive blow to their nape. So you kind of needed the rockets to make an opening, so that first of all it's not too hard to cut, and also just make it easier for you. Not Hange though. Come on. Oh. The good thing is, though, that they don't fight back, because it seems like they're kind of mindless. They only have one mission. So they're not going to swing their arms at you or try to kill you or bite you or anything like that. So they do make for easy targets in that sense. She's going to trip the ones in the front to kind of stampede, to halt the stampede of the ones coming. So they can be killed. Excellent. Hange is the first person to ever kill a colossal titan. A colossal titan part of these rumblings.
Hange, お前は役目を果たした。
エルミン、みんな。
ああ、大変だったな。ゆっくり聞けよ。
Okay. Damn! Hange's dead. She went out killing many titans, it seems like. Many colossal titans, which is crazy to think about. Remember how in the first seasons that one colossal titan, Berito, was a big problem? It could be argued that because they weren't sentient, they were, like I said, they don't fight back, so they might have been a little easier targets, but they're still molten hot. And damn. I hope they don't have to lose anyone else like that. But at least she allowed them to get away. And let's not forget, this is all because of Floch. He came in at the last second, shot up the fuel tank, and Hange had to buy some time for them all to get it ready again. So, yeah. All right. Moving on to chapter 2. Let's get it. Warhammer can like use the diamond production of the Titans' skills to harden into weapons, also harden itself. It can also like shift its consciousness. It was kind of a weird skill. I don't really know how it works exactly, but we did see one of the Titans be able to do that. It was actually Reiner's Titan that did that first. Shift its consciousness to other parts of his body. When he got stabbed by Levi as a human, when he was on the walls. I don't know if that was like season 3 or something like that.
あなたがレベリオ軍港を跡形もなくしたようにあなたの超大型巨人だでもそれはエレンとの対応を尽くしてから先にジークを殺しちまえば地ならしが止まるんじゃない
Are we gonna Levi versus Zeke round 3? It would be round 3, right? Right now Levi is 2-0. Well, unless you count like when they were humans and when Zeke was able to detonate the I believe it was a boat and blow Levi to pieces. That's why he's all fucked up like that. Then it'll be 2-1. Yeah, he still has a promise to Erwin. He hasn't killed Zeke like he promised him before he died. So, yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that round, and it's gonna be epic. I don't know if he can take Zeke right now, bruh. I don't enjoy how it kind of portrays Eren as the victim here. Pretty sure, and this just might be my personal opinion, hot take if you will, pretty sure the victims are the millions of people that are being slaughtered. I don't know. I just think that's a better contender. But this show is like all of these people that are definitely murderers. The show kind of victimizes them in a sense that they were just doing what they had to do to protect the people that they love. And yeah, that might be true. That it just feels very. I don't know. I know these are the main characters, and we're supposed to kind of like understand where they're coming from and ultimately root for them as they try to save the world. I just don't like certain portrayals of them to the point where it seems like, oh, they're just victims of the world. They're just like they had no choice in the matter and all these type of things. And yeah, they might not be necessarily evil in the sense that you should hate them, but they are not victims. I don't like that. I don't like to paint them in that way. They're not victims. They chose to do what they did. They are murderers, and they do recognize themselves as murderers, but this show is a little different. Just the way they're portrayed, like I said. It's not in the light that I would have enjoyed. Let me know if you feel the same. Okay, well, I appreciate him for making things clear. Don't try to, like I said already, it's pointless to try to talk him out of this. He's been building up to this for literally decades. He built up to this himself, first of all, his initial self. He built up to this, and then he took the time to go back in time and make sure that his child self built up to it again, possibly an infinite number of times. Possibly, if time is how it's supposed to work in this show. So it's pointless to try to talk him out of it. Just kill this guy. It's too late. If you don't kill this guy, he's gonna massacre the rest of the world, and then that's it. And he's probably gonna kill himself afterwards, because why does he have to live? No, it wouldn't make sense to kill himself, but... Gotta tighten nuke him, that's it. I mean, yeah, after you've been eating people all of this time, or at least chomping on them and chewing them and tasting them a little bit before spitting them out, you're probably not very picky about what you eat.
Ani-san, ore, yume o mita desu.
Yume? Gariado no?
They got two Titans here and a Gabi who's been shown to be more than competent, not on their team, and they're kids, right? But it's a shame they don't have that extra firepower. That would have been helpful, especially Ani.
ジークさんの夢、いや、記憶です。
確か女型の巨人は他の巨人の一部を取り入れることでその能力が発現するんでしたよね。女型は特に発現しやすいからいろいろ飲まされたけど。じゃあもしかしたらなんとかなるかも。
いや、でもまさか。
Strange, right? How the female Titan is the one that can do that, can take in other Titans' powers by ingesting them. She can manifest other Titans' powers, and she's the female Titan. That's not a coincidence, folks. Put two and two together, you can see why that's the case. So naughty, this show. The lore kind of gets jumbled up after a while. It's been many seasons, many years spanning of this show. But let's go back for a second. Had to swallow all sorts of stuff.
やっぱジークさんの脊髄液で巨人になりました。
だから獣の巨人の特徴が発現してるみたいなんです。
記憶は 雲の上を飛んでいた記憶です。
あれがスラとは要塞。本当に飛行船はあるのか。さあな、お前らエルディア人。口に気をつけろよ、マーレジ。おかげだ。
That's what I'm talking about.
飛行船がダメならお前の家族も地ならしで死ぬ。
Stand up to these fucking cunts. But also, looks like there might be a flying titan. Wouldn't that be awesome?
私たちの子は悪魔の島にいるんだろう。とても生きていけるわけがない。
ライナ、
そんな飛行船が。
Oh.
急げ、一機でも残っていればいい。分かってる。地ならしだ。ついに追いつかれた。ダメだ、一機も残ってない。あの飛行船、巨人どもに向かっていくぞ。爆撃だよ。巨人の手が届かない空から吹っ飛ばすんだ。爆撃だって。
It's a fair plan, right?
俺たち助かるのか。
I think that's what America, that's what humanity actually would do. If the rumbling was actually happening, we'd probably just be like, yo, let's just nuke them from the sky. We've got that technology. Just throw a fucking ass load of nukes, which is a real unit of measurement, from the sky. And I don't think that would kill all of them, but it would kill a good amount, right? I don't think these titans can survive nukes, but I don't think this world has nukes. It doesn't have the nuclear power. I don't even, they do have electricity.
ここが人類に残された最後の砦となる。憎しみを利用し、憎しみを育み続け、憎しみに救いがあると信じ、
Yeah.
我々が至らぬ問題のすべてを悪魔の島へ吐き捨ててきた。その結果、あの怪物が生まれ、我々が与え続けてきた憎悪を返しに来た。二度と同じ過ちは犯さないと私は誓う。
This is a Marleyan saying this. Doesn't mean that an Eldian won't. It seems like the power dynamic, since the world is in shits right now, the power dynamic may just very well shift. So that now Eldians are back in control and could be dominating the Marleyans in the same way, and probably even harsher, because that tends to happen. If you marginalize a group of people and they somehow rise up, guess what? You're getting marginalized even harder. Smiling Titan?
私
はあの子をずっと。
俺もだ。皆がどうか誓ってほしい。
Oh, okay. Never
憎
mind.
しみ合う時代との決別を、互いに思いやる世界の幕開けを。ここで私たちの怪物との別れを。進撃の巨人に動きな。爆撃を開始しろ。
Whoa, let's see that again. Hold up. Looks like he's a part of the founding. Okay, so it looks like Zeke is the only shifter that he's actually controlling. Because obviously Zeke wouldn't do this on his own accord. He didn't want the rumbling to actually happen. Of course not. So that's what it looks like to control a shifter. So they're not fighting Zeke, they're fighting Eren, using Zeke's power. Possibly even scarier. Oh, that was Annie. Okay, I was confused. Not to sound racist to this fictional race, but they all kind of look alike. Get him!
これに全ての力を用いて撃滅。
Armored Titan. Ooh. It's easy to forget how massive these Titans are because they're on top of something 100 times more massive. Cart, here we go. I mean, Jaw Titan. No, wait. That is the Cart Titan. Yeah, that's the Cart Titan. Hange is done. Or maybe not.
これは立体起動装置。まさかパラディトン勢力が地ならしを止めに。ないな。
エレン、もう一度質問させてくれ。君のどこが自由なのかって。そこから引きずり出した後。
No opening, no ending animation this time. Might be in the next episode or part 3, whatever you want to call it. Whew! Wow. All right. Damn. That was crazy. It didn't even seem like an hour, but it was definitely an hour. Whew. That was a lot. Okay, so they finally made it to the founding Titan. They got in front of Eren. Hange, who was flying the cart, don't know. He might not live. He might land. He might not live. We don't know yet. Hange sacrificed herself to give them the time to reach the founding Titan, unfortunately. Levi's back in action. The Armored Titan is fighting the Ape Titan right now. As Attack on Titan is usually known for, the composition, the animation, and just the general tone of things was top notch. In fact, I feel like this was even more well put than the previous season. I think the previous season was kind of rushed a little bit, so there was a lot of animation mistakes and a lot of goofy looking shots and things, but this was very well done. This reminded me of like season 1 and 2 back then. Titans are still 3D, which if I had a say in that, I would not agree to that, but I understand it's very hard to draw these massive anatomically correct beasts, so 3D is probably a lot easier to do. The animators need a break. Animation is hard. I did like that pure 2D feel to them in the initial season. Like it's just walking. I think those are Eren's shoes, or it could be anyone's shoes, just to symbolize the idea of moving forward relentlessly. Damn. All in all, this hour-long special, it's hard to rate because you have to take into consideration all of the other episodes too. Like, this is an ongoing franchise. It's a lot easier, a lot harder to rate than a movie because it's all set and done. Very hard. Just on the episodic feature of this, I would give this probably an 8.8. This was very well done. Tied a lot of things together. The voice acting was great as far as foreign voice acting could be to an English speaker. Music was done well, animation, everything, no mistakes there. I think there's 12 episodes in this season, so we'll be watching them all. Can't wait to see you on the next one. You look great, by the way. I didn't mention that before, but I like what you did with your hair. I'll see you there.